everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today's our podcast number 142. It's Thursday, the 3rd of July 2025. Oh my goodness, July already. This is a huge month for us. It's my daughter's birthday month, my son and his beautiful wife, my daughter-in-law's first anniversary. Can you believe that it was a year ago that we were talking about, finishing off the granny flat and finalizing the wedding plans, and here we are a year later saying it's their first anniversary. Oh my goodness, God bless. So tonight we are here to talk about all things crochet. Thank you one and all for joining us. I have to tell you, tonight is going to be a mega showcase. Look at this, guys. I have all these makes to showcase. I cannot wait. And a couple of other things that I've been up to. Of course, Beanie of the week. And that's pretty much it. It's going to be a quick one in that department. And of course, we'll talk about our cows at the very, very end. And I do have some of my friends' makes in real life to show you. So that is absolutely amazing. So as always, we are going to get started with our showcase, but I wanted to wish everyone, so all of our Canadian friends, I believe it was Canada Day, so happy Canada Day to all of you. And tomorrow is the 4th of July. So all our friends in America, the US, and all over the world, wherever you may be spread out, happy Independence Day. So I thought I'd put that out there, making sure that you all enjoy the festivities, the food, the time that you get to spend with family and friends, because that's what happens when we have an extra day to celebrate. Usually it is a public holiday, especially here in Australia, so I'm hoping it has been or will be for you as well. So guys, we need to get on to our showcases. So I'm going to pop my clipboard down and let me get on to what I have at hand, and then I'll show you everything that was sent in to me via email. Now, my friend Roseanne, we work together. So the first 3 lots of makes that I'll talk about, they're actually my work colleagues and friends. And it's just so nice that the crochet community around me at work is growing. It's really nice when you share your passion for something, because eventually people that are like-minded come out and say, I am actually a crocheter as well. And I absolutely love that. So let's get back to Roseanne. Now, Roseanne has been on a little bit of a loaf cat kick, and let me tell you, I have 3 little loaf cats of hers to share with you, and something special extra. They're all special. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Here we go. Here is the first one. Oh my gosh. So Roseanne has purchased the Annie Caraway pack, and it has a few different of her cats in there, and look at her beautiful work when she changes color. Now, mind you, you don't know this, but I'm going to share it with you. Roseanne has not been crocheting amigurumi for very long at all. So he is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is just yarn from her stash, I believe here. So some blanket yarn. And all the little eyes that you'll see on the little cats are from Temu. They're those little kuai eyes, I think that's what they're called. So he was made out of blanket yarn. He's so super chubby. I love him. And then there's this little one here. Oh my gosh, look at the size comparison. You can sit on top of him like that. He is so adorable. Now this one here is the mini version, and he's made out of cotton. He's so super soft, and a 4.5 millimeter hook for him. And then look at this one. He's made out of Marvel 8-ply acrylic yarn. And Roseanne used, look at them, they're so gorgeous, used a 4 millimeter hook for him. So they're her 3 little cats, but she didn't stop there. She also made this little, I have to say it right, capybara. Oh my gosh, look at him, guys. Isn't he super adorable? And just in comparison to one of the little cats, they're pretty much the same size. Now, she did say that, she made sure that she watched a YouTube tutorial, this is Roseanne, on how to do the color changes, and she is getting so good at that. And his little bobble feet. Now, this one here is made out of blanket yarn, and there is a YouTube tutorial for him. Roseanne did send it to me, so I'll try to link him in the description box, the pattern, because I know a lot of people love making them, and I haven't made one as yet. He is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much, Roseanne, for sharing your little makes with us. Now, I must pop them back in their bag because I know they're going to your niece during the school holidays, so I really don't want to have them here by mistake. Now, this is another loaf cat, another Annie Caraway design. Oh my gosh. So our friend Victoria, She made this gorgeous little fellow. Now look at where his feet are and look at his little face. He has that little inquisitive look. Can we be friends? And yes, we can. Now he's made using the Motivera Blankie yarn, made in white, and a little bit of a different yarn for his ears. Now, you can see here quite close that they are safety eyes. They're the little brown ones, and he's got his little tail. He is a chubber, right? Look at him compared to this other little fatty over here. Oh my gosh. So right down here, I've just got so much joy looking at all of these little cats. So thank you, Loaf Cats. So thank you so much, Victoria, for sharing your loaf cats with us. I know they're going to your grandchildren as well, so I'll make sure that I get them to you in the school holidays. Victoria did say they're probably just going to swing him around by his tail and kick him around like a football. And I thought, oh my goodness, and also is white really the right colour choice for that? Anyway, I've got a feeling he's going to be very much loved. Now, I've got some more things to show you from my friends from work. So these are from my friend Sonia. So this beautiful scarf is a gift for Sonia's daughter's partner. Sonia used Lion brand Ferris wheel yarn in the colorway Evergreen. And I absolutely love the fringe that you added to it, Sonia. We actually bumped into each other at Spotlight Shock Horror on the weekend, and that's when Sonia actually bought the yarn, and here she is with a completed scarf. So that's wonderful. I'm sure it's going to be very much loved, especially in this winter climate that we've got. Very chilly climate at the moment in Sydney, Australia. Now, this baby doll is covered in a granny square blanket. And he just, like when I look at that, it just makes me smile. Now, Sonia has been crocheting these for a couple of weeks, the little granny square blankets, because both her daughters work in preschools and they have both requested if she could please make as many as she can so that all the preschoolers have some little blankets to cover their dolls with. So thank you so much, Sonia, for sharing your makes with us. They are absolutely gorgeous. Now, next we have our friend Geraldine from G Crochet Off the Hook, and she made last week's Beanie of the Week, which was the Manfers hat. Now, Geraldine used her acrylic yarn scraps, which she double-stranded, and a 5.5mm hook. Now, Geraldine does talk on one of her most recent videos, so just go and hang out with her if you're not already doing so. And that's a good one to watch because she talks about how she's been doing scrap busting pretty much and how you always end up with those amazing projects. I absolutely love the way, you know, all the colours that you put together of your scraps worked out. So thank you so much, Geraldine, for sending in your Beanie of the Week to us. Now, our friend Marie has shared 3 of her blankets with us, and they're 3 blankets that are going towards her Camp Boggy Creek blankets. She's got a huge box. I think last year, from memory, correct me if I'm wrong, Marie, you collected around 55 or 57 blankets. So I wonder what your target is for this year. Please let us know in the description box what number you're up to. Excuse me. Now, this blanket is made using Marie's favourite colours, purples. Well, like-minded people here. They're all Red Heart yarn, both the solids and the variegated yarns. Marie used the lemon peel stitch for this blanket. It's going to be such a beautiful fabric, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is Marie's own creation using double crochets, half double crochets, and the lemon peel stitch. Marie used scraps of Red Heart yarn in the solid colours and Red Heart Zebra colourway, which wasn't a scrap yarn, she tells us. There are so many pretty colours in there. Again, another scrap project. I absolutely love that. Now, last but not least, this blanket is made up of double crochets and half double crochet stitches. Marie used Red Heart solids with a skein of all-in-one granny square yarn as well. Now, the colours pulled in such a very pretty pattern the way you put that together. So thank you so much, Marie, for sharing your beautiful Camp Boggy Creek blankets. As always, we know that the children at the other end who will receive them will be very, very happy. Now, our friend Litsa sent in one of her adorable amigurumis. So this is a very adorable little cat with its sweet face and this very pretty collar. This was a gift for one of Liz's work colleagues. I love that. And I'm sure that your colleague absolutely loves her little cat. So thank you, Litsa, for sharing him with us. Now, our friend Gina at Whiffleberry Crochet, if you haven't started visiting her, please go and do so. So in this collage, Gina has shared with us her Sweet Peaches square from her Granny Square decal. That's a mouthful, so that's absolutely a beautiful square. Thank you, Gina. She also shares with us scrumbles made for Freeform Fridays with our friend Nova at Nova Gnome Creations. Gina says she's having so much fun making these that she has to set a timer to make sure that she doesn't crochet them all day. For those of you that don't know what scrumbles are, they're like freeform crochet. Go and visit Nova. She talks to you all about it. She has a video every Friday. I have been wanting to join in, but I'm just terrified of not having a pattern to follow, even though Nova keeps saying how freeing it is. So Gina seems to think so as well. So thank you, Gina, for sending in your scrumbles. And now this super adorable pug was made using a YouTube tutorial by Complicated Knots. Now I know that Complicated Knots has a whole heap of videos, and if you don't know her, she's another Aussie YouTuber. So Gina, thank you so much for sending in your collage of makes. We really do appreciate that you took the time to do that. Now, here is Vicky's beanie of the week. Vicky used Spot Saver yarn in dark pink, I love that colour, and a 6mm hook. Now this beanie is going to Vicky's local cancer ward. That is so beautiful, and I'm sure that it's super soft for whoever is going to be the recipient. They will absolutely love that. So thank you, Vicky, for sharing your beanie with us. Now our friend Diane has sent in 2 FOs. This super cute tooth fairy pillow is made using worsted weight yarn and a 3.5mm hook. The pattern is from Leka Toys. Diane is gifting this to her granddaughter's cousin who is losing her baby teeth. And I thought, imagine the tooth fairy lugging that huge tooth around with her. Absolutely, like, it just made me laugh. So thank you, Diane, for sending in that really cute tooth fairy pillow. Now, this is a hot pad, and it's for Diane's son and daughter-in-law. They absolutely love pads, hot pads for using when they go camping and also at home. It's a little bulldog in honor of their beloved bulldog who fell into forever sleep about not long ago, but he was bringing them 11 years of joy. He bought them. So imagine how much they miss him. Diane used 100% cotton, and the pattern is from Jenna Wingate. He is absolutely adorable. Thank you for sharing him with us, Diane. And now here is Diane's beanie of the week. Diane used Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarn in the colour Soft White Shadow and a 5.5mm hook. And the colours are absolutely beautiful. I have so much of that yarn. It's nice to see that you can make other projects other than the granny squares. So thank you, Diane, for sharing all those makes with us. Now, our friend Alley Cat, she sent in something gorgeous. So here is Alley Cat's little mallard duck. The pattern is by Nicole Chase Designs. He will be donated to one of Alley Cat's local charities. And I just think he's so super adorable. Thank you for sending him in to us, Alley Cat. Now, our friend Josephine has been super busy crocheting. So are you ready? There's quite a few amazing and gorgeous makes here. Now, hot off the hook is this super cute little bear for Cassandra from Craftably Ever After's Bear in a Box Cowl. Josephine used DK weight yarn, Yarn Smith's Create yarn. It's a UK brand in the colour Brown Bear. Isn't that just perfect? And a 2.75mm Clover or More hook. I need to get onto my bear. Now, this little bunny is made using a Caron latte cake in the colour Cream and a 3.5mm Clover or More hook. The pattern is from Crochet Nation newspaper subscription. Imagine how soft he is. I was thinking when I read what he was made out of. He's so cute. Now, this bun cat is also made using the latte cake. He is a paid pattern by Pam Idols on Etsy. And he's so super cute and so super tiny, and I'm sure he's so super soft as well. I never thought to use a latte cake for amigurumi because it would make awesome animals because of all the, you know, fluffs on it, or halo. Now, excuse me, here is Cassandra's Squish Buddy, a free pattern on Cassandra's blog. Josephine used 5-weight yarn and a 5.5mm crochet hook. I absolutely love your color choices for your Squish Buddy. And here we go, we're nearly there. These are, every week they stick together. Now, this is an adaptation of the Memphis hat. Josephine turned it into a sun or bucket hat. It's a little too long, Josephine tells us, but she's going to correct that later. And the colors in the yarn are so very, very pretty. So I'm guessing that was a striping type of yarn or cake. Absolutely gorgeous. See, a little bit of creative license and you create something slightly different. And here we are, and last but not, and I'll say here last but certainly not least, Josephine made 4 sticks and stones beanies, free YouTube tutorial here at Coco's Crochet. Josephine used 5-weight puzzle yarn and 4-weight red heart yarn and a mandala ombre yarn and a 6mm hook for all of them, her 6mm Clover Amore hook. Now, Josephine says that she found this pattern to be very soothing. That makes me so happy. So thank you so much, Josephine, for sharing with us all your recent FOs. Now, our friend Laura has also been busy and she shares some of her recent FOs. Now, Laura crocheted 2 very pretty bandanas, one in a beautiful red mild color with a cream border and the second one in a gorgeous green. The pattern is from Passionate Kelsey on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that, I know she has a YouTube tutorial. If not, she may have a blog with the patterns. Thank you for sharing your very pretty bandanas with us, Laura. Now, Laura has also shared with us her very pretty scarf. Laura used the C to C stitch and a stripy yarn in a combination of blue colors. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'm a huge fan of the C to C stitch, and I'm yet to make a scarf with it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is also from our friend Laura. So this shawl is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors, and the pattern is by Juan the Yarn Addict here on YouTube. Very, very pretty. So thank you so much, Laura, for sharing all your makes with us. Now, our friend Tiana from Oh So Stitched, that's her YouTube channel. If you're not already hanging out with her, please go and visit with her as well. Now, Tiana had a little break from crochet the last few days and she's shared with us her knitted beanies because she is by Stitchel. Very, very clever. The pattern that Tiana used is by Passionate Kelsey, a YouTube tutorial called Easy Chunky Knit Beanie. Now, Tiana used, having a bit of difficulty with this here because I'm not a knitter, so I'm guessing they were 8mm needles or 16-inch circular needles. Please let us know in the comments, Tiana, exactly what you use because I don't want to stuff that up for anyone who's actually a knitter. Now, Tiana, where are we? So the beanies are made holding 2 strands of 8-ply yarn together like marble yarn, except for the black beanie, which was a triple-stranded. And as it turned out a lot thicker, tells us Tiana, she actually didn't make the brim for it because it was just going to be too thick. So she made it like a skull-hugging one like this one. And she did tell us, Tiana told us that she'll be taking these beanies to her next market. That is wonderful. So thank you so much for sharing your beanies with us, Tiana. Now, our friend Nat is just living her best life. She's traveling around Australia in a caravan with her husband or partner. Now, I live vicariously through her. I love her when she sends me updates of where she is at the moment. So here is an absolutely beautiful bed-sized blanket made up with 4 large granny squares. I love your color choices, Nat. Now, here is the matching cushion. It's just so pretty. Nat used an 8-ply yarn, and I absolutely love the groovy flower center. Pretty sure that's gone on to my crochet to-do list. Now, Nat doesn't finish there. She's got a few things to share with us. Now, here are 2 hammocks made using lovely green 8-ply cotton. I really like that at the end, guys. Did you notice there's wooden rings, and that's where you use to hang them with? Absolutely gorgeous. And now look at this lovely log cabin blanket. The colors actually complement each other just perfectly. Nat said that she used 8-ply yarn for that one. And last but not least, here is Cranky Gus. Yeps, that's what his name is. How can I forget? I absolutely love him. He always makes me smile. I love the colors that you use, Nat, for his floaty. Very, very pretty. And Nat made him using 8-ply cotton yarn. And as we all know, sorry, it's Grumpy Gus. How could I get that wrong? So Grumpy Gus is a free pattern from our friend Cassandra on her vlog at Craftably Ever After. And that's it, guys. Oh my gosh, what an amazing showcase. I wonder how many of you have added a few of those things to your crochet to-do list. I know that I have added a few, and I definitely heard the oohing and the ahhing in the background. So thank you, each and every one of you, that I say this every week and I mean it. Thank you for taking the time to share your makes with us. We all really do appreciate it and really do look forward to the showcase. And if any of you have anything you'd like to share with us, please don't hesitate it. Send it off to my email address, and which is always in the description box, and I'll be sure to showcase them as soon as I get them during the next podcast. So guess what? It's time for Beanie of the Week. And this week I didn't forget. How wonderful is that? Because I've got 3 of them staring at me in front of me and 1 on my head. Now, those of you that may not know, I put out a YouTube video tutorial for Beanie of the Week, which is my pattern for the Tulip beanie. And I'm just so happy to say that I managed to make 3 sizes. So Mummy and me and baby makes 3. So I show you in that YouTube tutorial exactly how to, make this each stitch in case you're very much a beginner. I also show you how to work it from bottom up. Throughout the tutorial, I try to, sprinkle in a few of my tips, so that, it's easy for you. And it's just so lovely to know that how many of you were excited for the tutorial to come out. And our friend Geraldine has already made it. Oh my gosh. She shared it on Instagram today. So please go and see her post. And I've also shared it as a story, so it's on her story. I couldn't believe that. So thank you, Geraldine, for giving me the nicest surprise today. So here it is here, guys. This is going to be our beanie of the week, the Tulip beanie by Litsa at Coco's Crochet. So I wonder how many of you are going to attempt to make it. I thought that, imagine having 2 little girls wearing these, like a little girl and a baby. I just thought it was amazing. Now, what I love the most about this beanie, and I'll show it to you on top of this one, is the crown. Considering, it's worked from the bottom up, I think that it turned out really nice, even if I do toot my own horn. Anyway, it is what it is. So, guys, that's it. I'm going to link the video tutorial in the description box, and I would love to see all of your beanies. Now, I talk about everything, what I used to make it and whatever in that tutorial, so I won't go through it all over again. Now, I've had a pretty quiet week when it comes to crocheting, so there's been no pressure whatsoever, but I have managed to use some more of my blanket yarn here. So I had 2 bags of this blanket yarn. If you don't know what it is, it's just, I'll be surprised if you've been hanging out with us, because I think I talk about blanket yarn every single week. So it's a polyester bulky weight yarn. Usually they recommend you use an 8mm hook with it. I buy 90% of my blanket yarn in Millends, and they come in 400-gram bags. Now this color here, which I absolutely love, it's one of the mystical, burnout mystical colors. I had 2 bags, and this is all that's left. And this color here I had previously. Oh my gosh, they're so soft, guys. It's a beautiful soft pink, more like a dusty pink actually, dusky pink. So I had 1 bag of this, and I ended up making a blanket, a baby blanket, as usual, corner to corner. I haven't sewn in my ends because I finished this about 10 o'clock last night, not 11, 10 o'clock, because then I made a little piggy. So I did it exactly the same way as I did my other blankets of late. Very similar. There we go. And then I had the scallop edge, which is actually really pretty, I think. So that's going to be a nice size baby blanket. I've just got to sew in some ends. But I really wanted to make, and where has it gone, guys? Excuse me, I've dropped my little Piggy. Oh, here he is. I found him. Okay, so I saw this little Piggy on Rose. Rose likes crochet. Rose had made, I don't know, thousands of them. And this is a YouTube tutorial by Passionate Crafter. I'll try to remember to also link this in the description box, the video tutorial. Look at his little curly tail. Now, I think he is very, very cute. I could have maybe made his eyes a bit bigger. Okay, so after crocheting with this super soft yarn, I have to say that it is super soft to hold. Look at his little bobble legs. I probably should have gone down a hook size. I don't know if it's my tension getting looser, or maybe even half a hook size, or that this yarn is so super soft that, you know, you need to go down a size. But it is a very, very sweet little pattern. I think it complements the blanket perfectly. I have got a little bit more yarn here that I might be able to make something else to go with the blanket, because I do like to make, you know, ensembles of late. But he actually turned out really cute. I made him last night after I finished the blanket. So I'm guesstimating an hour and a half, maybe. What took me the longest was obviously the embroidering, even though there's not much there. But I do actually really, really love him. He's one piece, so he's a no-sew. You make the snout first and then you attach the body. The ears and the tail are all surface crochet, and she shows you a little technique how to make them sit like that, curled. He actually matches me perfectly, doesn't he? So that's it, guys. That is all I made all week. So it's short and sweet for what I need to show you. But I am in a very pink mood lately, even though I'm not a pink girl. So that's it. What do we have to talk about that's very important? Our cows. So tomorrow is going to be Friday the 4th of July. I will be putting out the like showcasing everyone's make. So we'll have a nice fashion parade of our 18-inch doll cow, our makes. All our bikinis will be on parade. And then Saturday, as early as I can, I'll put out the birthstones cow. We'll do the showcase of everyone's makes, and then we'll come back a few days later and then choose the winner, but we'll announce what the new birthstone is. And of course, tomorrow we'll also, you know, with a wheel, we'll spin it and see what our next make is for July for our 18-inch doll. I cannot wait to show you Dana and her little bikini, and for once I have accessories, which is wonderful. I feel like, you know, I've put in a little bit more of an extra effort. Tomorrow is the last day of school holidays. All of my friends that work in schools, we know how exciting that is. So one more work shower, as we say, or, you know, one more sleep, and then we're off for 2 weeks. So the first day, you know, will be pajama day, and then I'll see how many pajama days I can squeeze in. You know, we've got the perfect weather for it. Speaking of weather, we had cyclonic weather during the week. You may have heard it during some of the videos that I put out during the week. It was horrendous. The wind, I thought that we would blow away. I couldn't put clothes on the line. It was just crazy. There was rain and it was dark. But today the sun came out again and the skies were blue. It doesn't matter if it's cold. It's just that sunshine that I think we all need, you know, to just pick ourselves up. So that was wonderful. And other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm just waiting for the school holidays. I have to tell you, feeling exhausted, so I cannot wait. Now, I hope you're all keeping well. It's not always just about me. I need to remember that. Oh my goodness. So I hope you've all had a wonderful week. The weeks are flying by as usual, but it's wonderful that we get to share it together. So thank you once again for taking the time to hang out with me. Cheers to all of those of you that are having your morning coffee with me or your evening cup of tea. I know Lynn will be watching this, our friend Lynn from Lynn Penguin's Creations, with a cup of coffee in her hand. And generally, or usually, when she says hello and cheers, I'm having a cup of tea here at around midnight. So on that note, guys, I'm going to wish you all well. Take care until I see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.